I'm going to show you guys the custom tactics for a throwback meta formation that got me 20-0 in one of my weekend leagues this weekend. Let's try and hit 200 likes, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into the video. If you want the cheapest FC24 coins to get ahead of the competition, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link down below and use code JambooUK for 5% off. Okay guys, so as a lot of you will know, I play a lot of weekend leagues. I do run a weekend league service and I get super bored using the same formation over and over. So obviously I'm still trying to win the games for people, but I do try and experiment a little bit as well. And I used a meta formation from a few years back, which I'm sure a lot of you will be familiar with. This was a fan favourite for a lot of people, so we will get into it. If you want your weekend league played, rank 3 minimum guarantee, link in the description. This is my current team on my account. This isn't the account I used these tactics on. It was a different one, but I've set it up here as well for you guys to see. It is going to be the 3-5-2. This was an absolute beast formation back in the day. If you have any questions about anything to do with this, do let me know in the comments down below and I'll get back to you. But it is balanced on the defensive style, 60 on the width, 71 depth meta. I think this is a must at the moment. It is so overpowered. You get basically a weakened version of constant press, except for it doesn't drain any stamina. And, you know, it's just constant sort of all game. You know, you do play a higher line, of course, but you're almost more defensively secure because you have this press all game. Like, it's actually harder for your opponent to play out of the back. Super OP. Like, most people are using it in Weekend League, and I would definitely recommend you are as well. The 60 on the width, maybe a bit more than a lot of people would normally go, but because it's a 3 at the back, you don't want to be too narrow or you'll just get blitzed out wide. So we do have direct passing, of course. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, at least not for me. You know, the way I like to play is getting the ball out wide and playing for these cutbacks. So with direct passing, it pushes your opponent's defense, you know, back into their box, and it just helps with that an awful lot. 65 on the width. I don't like to change it too much from the defensive width because I feel like the last thing you want is to be super narrow when defending, and then all of a sudden you win the ball back and your team like expands or gets narrower. You don't really want too much of a difference. So we've gone 65, 6 players in the box. Any higher and it gets to the point where your midfielders are just running and leaving gaps, and you don't want that too much. You know, with this formation, you've got a left and right mid and also 2 strikers and a cam. So that is enough to work around the box without needing extra players. That is how it lines up in game. So obviously with me, I've got the luxury of having Militao, who can step in as like the 3rd centre-back as an actual centre-back. We do have Theo Hernandez, who he's really good because obviously in these 3-back formations, the left and right mid will end up defending in a back 5 anyway. But obviously not the best going forward. Like Alphonso Davies would probably be like slightly better for this, I would imagine. We have Leao, who's perfect for it. I like having actual attackers rather than fullbacks, you know, in the wide positions. I've sort of thrown away the idea now of having proper CDMs. I prefer just box-to-box attacking midfielders. So Bruno G and Beckham are perfect. We've got Neymar, absolutely exceptional value. I'd recommend picking him up, even if you can't get him on full chemistry. He slots in at the cam position. I feel like you want those 5-star weak foot at the minimum for the cam position because it's the ball can be cut back from either side and you don't want to be let down just by a player's weak foot. So I have him there. And then you just want 2 pacey, good finishing players up front. I have Salah on the right because his finesse shots are insane. I can just cut inside and hit those finesses. And then, of course, if you can have another 5-star player as the striker, that is ideal as well. And we've got the pace to get in behind with Ousmane Dembele. So guys, hopefully you enjoy these tactics. Let me know if you have any questions. Subscribe if you're new, leave a like, and peace.